Hi there, so today I am doing a flip through of the Enchanted Forest journal that I've made. I've done videos of how I've gone through this process. The only thing that I've done since doing the last video is I put a back pocket on, which I'll show you when we go through it. So this is 9 inches by 7 inches and I used a file folder, a ring binder. They're £1, they're really cheap to buy, and I just cut it down to the size that I wanted it, and I've used that. So I'm going to make a few different journals in this style. I'm not going to video them all, but I will be putting them up for sale once I've finished them, either on my Facebook Jazzy Junk Journals, or I'm hoping to set up an Etsy shop. So I will let you know where it's going to be for sale. So to start with, I did the cover. I painted it with some gesso and then added some acrylic paints for the colour. I used some textured paste with a stencil for this here, and then just went over it with some gilding wax. I've used some paper flowers, a few wooden embellishments on here. I'll just take that off because it's easier to show you. I used some of this webbing on the spine, and the back is just where I've used the paint on it and gone over with a little bit of gold gilding. For the fastener, I've just put an eyelet in the front and in the back of the journal, and I used some broken jewellery as a fastener for my journals. So I'm really pleased with the way this turned out, and I've also put some little glittery bits on where there's little white dots on the images, just to highlight those. Just before I go through that, I'll just talk you through the tassel. So I use different fibres, this is also on a video, all sorts of different fibres that are in the colours that are in the journal. It's coming off, we'll tie that one back on. And then I've used lots of little embellishments. I had some little leaves and bits of broken jewellery. What else is on there? There's another leaf there. And I've just dotted those about, and they can be clipped on. This is on a bulldog clip, so it can be clipped onto the spine or taken off if you don't want to use it. Let's put that there. Okay, so going into the journal, like I said, I've just used some broken jewellery, and on here I've just clipped on a little glass leaf. That was again from broken jewellery. So, okay, inside cover. I've made a pocket here, that's with a skeleton leaf and just some embellishments on there, and I made some little tags just to go inside. And another one there with a leaf print on it. So this one here, I used a stencil with some gilding wax, so you see it's shining there. And I've done dividers with approximately 5 plain pages in between, so that whoever buys the journal can fill it in themselves. There's a little bottle on there, and here I've got a little bird, some leaves and a little wooden heart. And then on this side I just decorated that image up. This is some coffee dyed paper that I did, and then I just had some big dried leaves that I'd got, painted some strong coffee on, and then just pressed them onto here to give these images. So these are just some plain paper, same again, just used some plants and painted on a bit of coffee. This is the winter page. It's got some glass beads on there, little flowers, little owl at the top which depicted from him. It took me ages before I saw him, so that's why I put the little owl on there, and that shimmers as well. That has a little bottle hanging off it with some little sparkles inside it. And this is the other side. Again, it's all different fibres around the outside edge. A little flower. I love that page, I love that image. And again, this is using some oak leaves that I just painted some coffee on and popped onto the pages. And that was I think that was a stencil I used for that. Excuse me. This is Foxy. I put the pink flowers on because there was a little pink flower on there, so I just depicted that. And they're the leaves that were my daughter's idea that I made. I love those, they turned out really well. And the little daisies there, which are picked up from the image. And over the page, this is the cat one. I've used some acrylic paints on the backing paper because it's shiny. And then I just hung some little threads down from the star. And then a little, that's a tea bag, a stained tea bag. Well, I used tea bag and I split them and stamped it, and then I've just got some sparkle around the edge of it and a little dangle coming off the top of there. And again, the leaf prints. They turn out really well. I'm really pleased with those. I have put reinforcing rings around all of these, with it being on a ring binder, just so the papers, because they're quite brittle when they've been coffee dyed, so that they don't tear. And this is, I love this page. This is my owl, night owl. This sparkle around the edge. And then I did the little dangle with a bead on, hanging off there, little owl face. That's one of the baby white flowers. I've done a video for how I make those. And over the page, this is a beautiful one as well. It's the woodland lady on this one, and that's quite padded because all these threads, all these fabrics, I just stitched all over the place. So there's some underneath, so it's made it feel like it's padded and quilted. And then an oak leaf with some little beads hanging off there, and another one of the leaves that I made there. I love this page; it's beautiful. And then the oak leaf on that side. So that's it for the dividers, and then on the back I've made this pocket. All I did was sewn this image onto some little bits of fabric that I had. I stenciled with some gold gilding wax onto some black card. I've sewn around the edges, gone around with a bit of gilding wax, popped a little pocket on with some little bits of ephemera in there, and then I popped in another couple of journaling cards on the edges there. So this is, I've loved doing this project. It's a totally different style that I've done using the ring binder. I'll show you that up close there. But I've absolutely loved it. It's been great fun. I'm working on another one at the moment, which I will be doing a flip through for as soon as I've finished that one. I hope you've enjoyed these videos that I've done. If you are interested in purchasing one of my journals, then either just give me a message and I'll get back to you. I do custom ones if anybody wants to put an order in. And this one will be up for sale, either, like I say, on my Facebook page or what to get. I think I put it on my Facebook page, which is Jazzy Junk Journals, while I get the Etsy shop set up. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.